So if there's one thing we know about Jason Todd in Season 3 of Titans, and just Season 3 in general, is that we are getting Red Hood. But what is also associated with that character and his creation, the Joker. And there may or may not have been some very recent news in terms of filming with the Joker for Titans. And I need to go over this because it's, let's just say it's very, very interesting. What is up, fellow Titans? Welcome to another video on Titans Season 3. Now, this is going to be a very interesting video just because already some of you may know about what I'm about to talk about if you're keeping up to date with anything Titans related. A few people already messaging me about it. I thought I need to give my opinion on this, whether I think it's real, why it could be real, but why it also might not, because there are some things that just don't necessarily add up. But there's also, funnily enough, things that do add up about it. It's actually a really weird situation. But after I've gone over the situation at hand, because some of you may be like, what the heck are you talking about? What is going on? I will give a theory just based on assuming this is true on what I think could happen with this scene that they're shooting. If you go on to like this video, everyone, of course, go ahead and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you never miss out on future Titans videos. I'm going to be recovering Titans Season 3 like I am right now, and like it if you do go on to enjoy it, of course. But let's just dive straight into this. So, Toronto Filming. Toronto Filming is a Twitter page where, you know, people may tweet to it saying, oh, I think I saw this filming in this location, you know, and then this Twitter account just says, by the way, Handmaid's Tale is filming at this place, they may be doing this scene. It's kind of a Twitter account where they don't have any reason to lie about what they're reporting. Their biography is, if you're seeing anything filming, send us a tip and your photos. And the interesting thing about this Joker stuff, and as many of you may know, Titans does film in Toronto, several people have come to them and just said, oh, I've seen Freebirds filming and there's character names on the trucks. And that is the very interesting thing about it, because these character names are, as you expect, some of them we recognize, and one of them in particular is the Joker. So the first tweet says, filming update, something is filming with a character named the Joker. Could DC Titans actually be including the Clown Prince of Crime? That is because this user here said there were trucks at U of T today, character names included, and this is where it all starts basically. The Joker, Justin Cole, Annalise, Dawn, and Todd. Now, unfortunately, this guy didn't have his phone to take a picture of it, and he said if the trucks are still here, like today when I'm recording this video, he would take a photo. You could kind of say that, oh, he's just making it up, but like, why? Why? And also, I've reached out personally, and I've heard from other people who have knowledge of insights. Long story short, that filming in U of T in Toronto is a location that Titans does do, and a lot of other productions like Umbrella Academy, etc., etc. So Titans filming there wouldn't be an unusual thing at all. So the fact that this person is saying that they were filming there and they saw these character names does sound fairly believable at the minute. The next tweet says, filming update, DC Titans have been spotted around St. Joseph Street. We've received a report that around U of T, one of the trailers says the Joker, as we just kind of went over. So like, everything is adding up in this moment, and as I said, and from what I've heard before, because some people think, and I completely understand why, and we'll get into this as well, that they won't use Joker to create Jason Todd's death, or should I say transformation into Red Hood. Like, we know we're getting Red Hood, that's awesome. And we know that character's origin is created because of the Joker. Like, in whatever iteration, crowbar, or just, you know, always crowbar, but not actually dying. It was always interesting to see and find out how Titans was going to tackle this. And lots of people, and including myself to a degree, thought initially, before I heard some things, that they can't really use the character of the Joker. And that is kind of true, because that character is basically embargoed for just movie use. If you've got such a popular character like that, a cash cow, so to speak, you do reserve it for the things that you aim to give the most polish and sheen to. That is why Batman isn't so much on TV, and when he is, for example, in Gotham in the finale, or in Titan Season 1 finale, even though that was a reality manipulation, it was a very shadowy figure, or silhouette-y, as I like to say. Same with Joker in that finale episode. He was like splat on the car, but also in hospital. It was very darkly lit, so you can get away with using him that way, and that's how I said they could still do it in Titan Season 3 in a very ambiguous way. And with that theory, obviously that could require a stand-in, just like how there was a stand-in actor in Season 1 who had the makeup on and the suit on. You get where I'm going with this. So hearing this from people in Toronto saying, oh no, this seems to be, trucks, it's got these character names on it. Another believable thing about it is the following, where he said the character names included the Joker, right? Justin Cole. That's interesting because Justin Cole is the guy that Corey was going to hook up with and kind of low-key became her new therapist. And as you've heard me say before, he is returning this season. That is kind of common knowledge now, whether it's as a therapist, because he did leave the card, if you remember, as he was leaving the apartment. Maybe Corey hits him up because of the issues that she's going through this season because she's lost her mojo, and through some kind of therapy, maybe. I don't know, that's how she helps get through it and get her mojo back and fight Blackfire, her sister. But anyway, the rest being Annalise, and I'll get to that in a second, and Dawn and Todd. It's like, why would some randomer just know this? I know you could still make the argument that they just made this up. However, like, just listing these names that they said were on trucks in a place that Titans does regularly film, and one of these characters being Justin Cole, which I would argue the casual fan wouldn't really remember the name of, that's what makes it kind of believable. However, there are very contradicting things to this at the same time. For example, why on earth would the Titans crew put these character names on the trailer doors, the truck doors, like the Joker? And even if they did do that, it wouldn't even necessarily be Dawn and Todd. It would be Dove and Hood, or Dove and Robin, even though he gave up being Robin. But, I'll get into my theory of what this scene, as I said, will be, assuming it is true, because I've got kind of, like, as you guys know about me, I've already got a vision for, if this is true, what could be going on here in this shoot. After reaching out to somebody I know who is very legitimate, it's just like they kind of agree. It's like it would be Dove, it would be Hood. It's just like, and especially the Joker, that surely would be codenamed. And Annalise, who is Annalise? That seems like a code name. So why would you codename Annalise and not the Joker? That also doesn't add up as well. By the way, in before the comments saying that Annalise is actually a code name for Batman in the suit. Just calling it, I'm calling it. No, but really, you see how that's a little bit fishy there. But at the same time, maybe, like with everything else that kind of adds up, maybe they did just do that. Maybe they did put those character names on the door. I don't know why. As I said, I'm very, very confident that no matter what they're doing Joker for Red Hood's origin, it just depends how they're going to get away with that on TV, and I'm very confident that they can get away with it in the same nature they did in the season 1 finale, the kind of Batman versus Robin reality manipulation finale, where you have an ambiguous, very ambiguous, blurry figure of the Joker. If barely 15 seconds of screen time. You only need to do like a couple of strikes with a crowbar with the purple suit forearm in frame, and then like the audience gets it. Like, I don't think anyone's expecting dialogue, a ha 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 ha, as Jason is just like F you. Like that would be amazing, but realistic expectations here, that's what we thought. So let's assume this is true. The Joker on the trailer door, the truck door, that is likely just a stand-in. It's not, don't get carried away thinking that if this is true, that it's actually going to be a casted Joker. That is not going to happen. It's time to now get into theory time. But by the way, that's the situation with the facts. Like, I would love to know whether you think this is true or not. But either way, they're still going to do something with Joker in the origin. Like, there are ways they can get away with it. So my theory, assuming that this is true and they're getting to the point where they're kind of doing some kind of Joker situation with Jason Todd, and this is the moment he becomes Red Hood, or it's just they're just filming like a flashback scene and he's already been filming Red Hood scenes, which I believe he has. I think it's safe to assume that this would be the somewhat build up to Jason getting taken by Joker, especially if, Joker is on that shoot. You've got Dawn there. I can't give you exact details as to why she is there, or even Corey's kind of hookup therapist person, but like, for whatever reason, they are there, and it does make sense in some sort of sense that they could be like trying to apprehend Jason, being like, Jason, come on, let's just talk about this. Dick and everyone else, Nightwing, might be on their way, but this is where Jason gets taken, or maybe Dawn just got there first after hearing Jason was in trouble after he reached out to the Titans saying, I need help, but a crowbar is the only thing left on the floor. Or, obviously, since they're saying Joker is a part of this shoot, they encounter Joker there, but he's already in a situation where he's getting away with Jason Todd, and you just see, as I keep saying, like a very blurry way of getting away with using that character in the episode. And then let's just say after this, they assume he's dead because Ian Glenn's Bruce Wayne or Batman contacts Dick Grayson and Dawn, or just, the Titans Titans in general saying that he can confirm Jason Todd died because in typical Joker fashion, and this depends on what they do with the Titans iteration of this Red Hood origin, he might send a video very obviously showing Jason Todd dying, but they actually don't show his death. But, you know, in a very Arkham Knight kind of way, you see him crowbarring him, beating him up, and Batman believed he just died that whole time. But he doesn't, which is what sets up Jason Todd's return, and that confrontation scene with, let's say, Nightwing, where he takes off the mask and everyone's like shocked Pikachu face saying, wait, what? Jason? You're alive? But you can easily imagine the way it happens is, as I kind of said, like Batman gets something from the Joker, whether it's bloody armor or actual photos or an actual video, which is very Joker-y, shaky wobbly camera of him beating up Jason Todd. And I wouldn't blame anyone for assuming that he's dead. I mean, it's done before, as I said, in a similar Arkham Knight sense. It doesn't always have to be Lazarus Pit. You could just have Jason feeling abandoned, left for dead, Joker trolling Batman by saying he killed him, and the satisfaction from Joker knowing that he turned Jason Todd into someone who didn't even want to return home when he was let go. He turned into his own villainous character before obviously becoming the anti-hero we know as Red Hood, which we could get a Red Hood in the Outlaws show after all, and I've been over that before in a video, as you know. So yeah, that all kind of does add up, does it not? So I'm not saying this is real, I'm really not, but there's very odd things, like code names, lack of code names, yet correct location, person doesn't really have a reason to lie. But the way I see it, it doesn't really matter so much if this is real or not. I mean, obviously, if it is real, it gives us excitement because we know around about now they're doing whatever, you know, we're theorizing about with Red Hood's origin. But the reason why I say it doesn't necessarily matter to me whether this is real or not is because I think they are doing Joker either way. So I like to think that something alongside my theory here, even if it's just the very latter of it, where Ian Glenn's Bruce Wayne comes to Dick Grayson and says, Jason's actually dead after Dawn, and the others try to get to him. Like, I know you thought he was alive because you saw the crowbar on the floor and you saw, you know, Joker getting away with Jason, but I've got a video clip of him being beat to death. And there's no coming back from that. But really, he was alive the whole time. And then, obviously, that kind of brings in Jason's resentment for nobody helping him. Like, not only Batman, but this is how it can link to the Titans, because you would have had a few Titans members there that potentially he reached out to, like Dawn, and maybe the others who were on their way, who didn't make it. And he didn't, in his mind, try and save him, which is what would potentially lead him to want to get revenge on the Titans as well, which is a big, you know, criticism people are having, like, why would he be angry at the Titans? But I'm seeing it a very different way. I'm like, why wouldn't he? Because in this iteration of the lore and the source material, so to speak, he's been more dumped off on the Titans. So the super traditionalist story of him just feeling abandoned by Batman is just transferred to the Titans. That makes sense to me. Like, why wouldn't he feel abandoned by them if in the original comic book everyone accepted that he was abandoned by Batman? Why can't he be abandoned by the people he just spent a long time with? So everyone, what do you make of this? Do you agree with me with how there are believable points, and why would someone make that up? But then why wouldn't they use code names and the other factors that I mentioned? But regardless, Joker is coming into this, but it may just be something like a mention with a very blurry figure and nothing more than that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd really appreciate your like and your comments, because I want to hear your thoughts. Subscribe for more Titans updates like this. I mean, I'm going to be putting out as many updates as I can, but it's just at the minute there's not a whole bunch going on. Like Titans, why haven't you brought out the casting information? Like, why not? There's no harm to revealing who's been cast as Barbara and this, that, and the other. Like, you're already shooting, so that does confuse me a bit. I uploaded a very cool Batman video yesterday that I think a lot of you Titans fans would appreciate, so go check that out. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you Titans in the next video. Goodbye.